In November 2023, a college student took a night shift job at a 24-hour gas station on the outskirts of Denver, Colorado. The pay was decent, and the owner promised it would be quiet, mostly truckers and late-night travelers stopping for fuel and coffee. What the owner didn't mention was why the previous employee had quit without giving notice. The gas station sat alone on a stretch of highway with nothing but empty fields on either side. The nearest town was 8 miles away. During the day, it was just another roadside stop. At night, it became something else. The first few nights were uneventful. A young woman worked the shift, restocking shelves, cleaning the coffee machines, and occasionally serving customers. The store had security cameras covering every angle: the parking lot, the aisles, the register, even the back storage room.
Around 2 a.m. each night, when traffic died completely, she would review the camera feeds on the monitor behind the counter. It was company policy to check them every hour. On her 4th night, she noticed something odd on the playback footage.
At 1:47 a.m., while she had been in the back room organizing inventory, a man had entered the store. The door chime had never sounded. She hadn't heard anyone come in. The footage showed him clearly, tall, wearing a dark jacket and a baseball cap pulled low.
He walked straight to the coffee station, poured a cup, and stood there, drinking, for 11 minutes. Then he walked out. Again, no door chime. She rewound the footage. The timestamp was clear: 1:47 a.m. to 1:58 a.m.
She had been in the back room during that exact time. She would have heard the door. She would have heard footsteps, but the store had been completely silent.
The man came back the next night, same time, 1:47 a.m. This time, she was watching the cameras live when he appeared. One moment, the store was empty. The next moment, he was standing at the coffee station. No transition, no walking in. He was just suddenly there.
She stared at the monitor, then looked up at the actual store floor. Empty. She looked back at the monitor. The man was pouring coffee, his back to the camera. This was impossible. The camera was showing her store in real time, but the man wasn't actually there. She walked slowly toward the coffee station, eyes fixed on the spot where the monitor showed him standing. Nothing, just empty space and the soft hum of the coffee machine. On the monitor, the man turned around and looked directly at the camera, directly at her. He smiled,
Then vanished from the screen. She told her manager the next morning. He laughed it off as a camera glitch. "Old system," he said. "Sometimes it shows weird shadows or plays footage from earlier. Don't worry about it." But she knew what she'd seen. That wasn't a glitch.
That night, she came prepared. She set her phone to record the monitor while she worked. At 1:47 a.m., the man appeared again. Same routine. Coffee station. 11 minutes. But this time, she noticed something new.
He wasn't alone. In the background of the camera feed, barely visible in the reflection of the storefront windows, there were others. 3 or 4 shadowy figures standing perfectly still in the parking lot, watching.
She spun around to look at the actual parking lot. Empty. Just her car under the fluorescent lights. On the monitor, The figures remained motionless, staring at the store. The man at the coffee station turned toward the camera again. This time, he didn't smile. He mouthed 2 words. She couldn't hear him through the security feed, but she could read his lips clearly. "Help me."
She couldn't take it anymore. The next day, during daylight hours, she drove to the gas station and searched the back office. If there was something wrong with this place, there had to be records, complaints, something.
She found a folder labeled Employee Incidents 2019-2023. Inside were police reports. 3 different night shift employees had filed complaints over the past 4 years. All of them described the same thing: a man appearing on security cameras who wasn't actually there. All of them had quit within 2 weeks, but there was something else in the folder. A newspaper clipping from 2018. Local man missing after gas station visit.
The article described a man who had stopped at this exact gas station at 1:47 a.m. on November 12, 2018. Security footage showed him entering, getting coffee, and leaving. But his car was found abandoned in the parking lot the next morning. He was never seen again.
The attached photo showed the missing man. It was him, the man from the cameras. Same face, same jacket, same baseball cap. That night, she almost didn't go to work, but she needed the money, and it was just one more shift before her weekend off. She could handle one more night. At 1:47 a.m., he appeared on the monitor as usual. But this time, something was different.
He was looking directly at the camera from the moment he appeared. Not drinking coffee, not moving, just standing there, staring. Behind him, the shadowy figures from the parking lot were closer, pressed against the store windows. Their faces weren't visible, but their postures were wrong. Hunched, twitching. She watched the monitor, paralyzed. The man raised his hand and pointed, not at the camera, at something behind her. She spun around. The store was empty, but the front door was open. She hadn't heard it open. The chime hadn't sounded. A freezing wind blew through the store, carrying the smell of gasoline and something else, something rotten. On the monitor, the man was walking, not toward the door, toward the back of the store, toward the storage room where she had been standing moments ago, toward her current position. The camera feed and reality were merging. She ran straight out the front door to her car, fumbling with her keys. Behind her, she heard footsteps, slow, deliberate, following.
She didn't look back. She drove away and never returned.
The next morning, the gas station owner called her, angry, demanding to know why she'd abandoned her shift. "I watched the security footage," he said. "You just ran out at 1:50 a.m., left the register open. What the hell happened?" "Check the cameras," she said. "You'll see what I saw." There was a long pause. "I did check them," he said slowly. "There's nothing there, just you, working alone. Then you suddenly ran out for no reason. The cameras show an empty store all night."
"That's impossible," she whispered. "I recorded it. I have proof." She pulled up the video on her phone. The recording showed the monitor clearly, the timestamp, 1:47 a.m., but the screen was empty, just an empty store. No man, no figures, nothing.
Except for one frame, one single frame, frozen at 1:48 a.m. The man was there, right behind her, in the reflection of the monitor screen. Standing so close, she should have felt his breath, and he was smiling.
The gas station is still operating. They hired a new night shift worker in December 2023. According to recent reviews on Google, customers have complained about slow service after midnight. Waited 15 minutes and nobody was at the counter, one review states.
Cameras clearly show an employee in the back, but when I called out, nobody answered. The current employee hasn't reported any incidents, but if you check the security camera timestamps, you'll notice something odd. Every night between 1:47 a.m. and 1:58 a.m., the footage shows the store from slightly different angles, as if the cameras are watching something that isn't quite aligned with reality anymore. And sometimes, just for a frame or two, you can see him, still getting coffee, still waiting, still looking for a way back. The gas station is located off exit 47 on Highway 76, just outside Denver. If you're ever driving through Colorado late at night and you need to stop for gas, maybe choose a different station, especially if it's 1:47 a.m.